Michel Barnier spoke to ambassadors this morning. I'm told he was upbeat in that meeting, that he said that a deal was still possible but not guaranteed. He went to the European Parliament and repeated that message before resuming his negotiations with Lord Frost, UK's chief negotiator. There perhaps still is, a sort of frisson of excitement in the air. But let me tell you, in the past few moments, I've received some details from a source within the UK government about the British view of negotiations, and it is a little more downbeat. Let me tell you, it is this. From a source, talks remain difficult, and we have not made significant progress in recent days, despite efforts by the UK side to bring energy and ideas to the process. That is, of course, the view from the UK. It carries on, like any sovereign country, we must have the right to take our own decisions, choose regulations that suit the UK. We cannot sign up to dynamic alignment through the back door. It goes on, the UK cannot be locked into the EU's regulatory orbit. This is clearly in relation to negotiations around the level playing field and that question of whether the UK would face some kind of punishment, as it were, if it chose to diverge from EU regulations. That is something where I was told a great deal of focus had been placed in negotiations. But not only that, on fishing, this source saying, we've always been clear the UK will have control over access to our waters and a better deal for UK fishing communities. There is, says this source, simply no truth to the idea that we have backtracked. That was a suggestion that was made this morning, that the UK had in some way gone soft on its tough stance over fishing. And I think that rather downbeat assessment from a UK government source does reduce that sense of optimism, because while the UK and the EU know each other's positions very well, it is hard to see at this stage how you manufacture a deal if there is no give on fishing. Now, there is a great deal riding on this set of negotiations. You heard from Michel Barnier a little earlier. You've also heard today from Ursula von der Leyen, the President of the European Commission, giving her assessment, not just of the generality of Brexit talks, but also about the specifics of the level playing field. Here's what she had to say.
We're on the very last mile to go. But it's an essential one, and we want a level playing field. We want a level playing field not only at the start, but also over time. And this is the architecture we are building. And we are fine about the architecture itself, but the details in it, do they really fit? And these are crucial points, because, again, it's a matter of fairness. It's a matter of fair competition, and we want to ensure that.
We have a curious blend then at the moment. We have the European Commission and the negotiators who do feel as if today they have been a little more upbeat. One EU diplomat saying that person could see what he described as a narrow path towards an agreement. We know the UK striking a much more pessimistic tone. And also the third spoke on this wheel is the European Parliament, which is beginning to flex its muscles about its requirement to be involved in the ratification process of any deal. It may be that a deal that is struck at the last minute won't have time to go through the Parliament. There was, and Brussels is a great city for rumours, a story that has gone round in the past hour suggesting that some of the biggest parties in the Parliament had passed a motion, agreed not to do any ratification of a Brexit deal. I'm told by sources there that that is not correct, but it does, I think, reflect a complicated picture. The Parliament feels it was marginalised in previous discussions around the withdrawal agreement, does not want to be seen as simply rubber stamping any future trade deal. The simple fact is that we are rapidly running out of time. I think we are entering into completely uncharted territory of a trade deal of this size, not having been agreed, facing a very tough deadline at the end of this year. And not for the first time, I'm going to have to sum this up as saying that at the moment, nobody really knows what's going to happen next.